Welcome, everybody, to the interview with midbaynews.com. Today, we're so excited to have Kayla Fernandez. Kayla is a professional soccer player in Mexico who started her soccer career in Niceville. And so I thought we'd have her on and talk about the journey to get to professional soccer, what that looks like, and everything in between. So, Kayla, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what growing up in Niceville and playing soccer was like?
Hi. Yes. So I was actually born in Tulsa, where I went to college, but I have lived in Niceville since I was 7 years old, with my family and my two sisters, who I grew up playing with my whole life, and my parents as coaches, actually. That was amazing. And in Niceville, there's not many competitive teams. There's a competitive team, but there's like what you call ECNL and like all these ones that college coaches come to. And like when you want to go to the next level, there's not that many for girls in Niceville or really guys. So we actually grew up playing with my dad's team, like my dad's men's team or boys, I guess. We grew up playing with them for a while, and then we finally found a women's team to go to through ODP, which is Olympic Development Program, and that's like the state team in Florida. So we went to that a couple times, and then we found some people we knew, and they offered to like have us on as discovery players. And so what that means is you don't have to come to training, but you can show up for games and stuff, which is weird because like you kind of just step on the field with some people you barely know, but it happened to work really well for us. And we played with a team out of Sunrise, Florida, which is like 6-7 hours away. And so we traveled every weekend. Missed out on a lot in high school, but all my friends were soccer players basically, anyways, so they understood. Um, but that's how it really worked in Niceville. We trained with our boys team, who I'm still really close with, who actually I think helped me become the player I am today because boys are just quicker and you have to think faster. And I think that just helped me out in my game overall. But my twin sister and I have always played together. And that was kind of a package deal for us whenever we were looking into colleges. Um, we did need some help getting to college. We wanted to go somewhere we would play all the time, we would enjoy. And so we went to a couple visits. But then once we went to Tulsa, we kind of just felt at home. And they gave us a amazing package deal, which later turned out into a three package deal because Ashlyn came and joined us. And so it actually worked out perfectly. Um, we had those 2 years without Ashland, and they were good. And I love Tulsa so much. And playing with my sister has always been so much fun. And then COVID actually let Ashlyn come play with us for 3 years because she graduated early from Niceville. And so we actually had 3 years instead of one, like we had at Niceville. We only had 1 year, which was so devastating because it didn't end how we wanted it to end in high school. And I think that's part of the reason Ashlyn chose to come join us. And so that worked out. And I really enjoyed those last 3 years because we took our fifth year because of COVID. Um, and so that was truly amazing. And then I've always known I wanted to play professional soccer. And I always knew that college was just a stepping stone to get there. And so I kind of just wanted that experience to be that stepping stone and enjoy fully and have that full college experience. And I love Tulsa so much, the area, the people, the soccer, the everything about that area. And I still made it to where I wanted to end up. And so it really is a whole process, but just trust God, trust your friends, trust the whole process. And if you really really want something, then I think that it's possible. And um and so after my fifth year of college, um I started talking to this agent who is kind of a friend. We played with her daughters, and so she became like a family friend, and she is more than helpful. So I do have an agent, and she got me more or quickly, actually quite quickly, some offers from teams in Mexico, which is where I wanted to end up always, was here because um, I was looking into going into the draft, but I really wanted to come to Mexico for the reason is I want to get more into like my culture because I didn't really grow up with a lot of like my Mexican side. And so I don't fully know the language. So I'm learning that here. I'm just like, I threw myself into a whole new scenario, which is really eye opening. So it's really nice though. And so I always knew I wanted to come here to learn Spanish and like play the soccer here because they play the way I believe soccer should be played. And so,
Yeah.
um, but so I got my agent and she helped me not only, usually you go through a trial, but she somehow pulled off me not having to go to a trial. So I just up and packed my bags and came to Mexico as soon as I could. And I just started training with this team. And so that's where I am now. And I'm really enjoying it. The coach is amazing. He really knows what he's talking about. And the level is more than I even thought it would be. It's amazing. And just like being here is so breathtaking and it's everything that I imagined and more. And I'm really enjoying it. And I am really living my dream out right now. But as for my sisters, my twin sister Liliana is finishing her management degree. So when we took our 5th year, I chose to finish my management degree so that I double majored marketing managing. And so I finished that early though. That's why I'm here now because I finished in December. But she still had a couple classes to finish. And so she's doing the same marketing management. So, but we switched places. And so she's finishing that and she is finished in May. And then she plans to also come here. And so maybe we're not done playing together yet. I truly hope we can get on the same team somewhere, but it might be a little harder to do that here. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or we'll play against each other. We'll see what happens.
So the first time you step on the field at Atlas, you play 90 minutes, right?
Yes.
How did you do that?
So I really don't know. I had no idea that I was going to be starting, first of all. We kind of have training sessions that can like kind of show who's starting leading up to the game, but I still had that like there's no way. I just got here like I'll be so happy to get 30 minutes. Like this is like I'm just happy to be here. I actually didn't get to play in our first game because some stuff with FIFA didn't go through. And I found out I was starting in that game. I don't know if I would have played 90 minutes, but it was against Club America. And so I missed out on that game. And so I was like kind of a little devastated on that. But then the next game came through and then I was starting again. And I was like, okay, this is my time. This is amazing. Like I'm still on the starting spot. Like I didn't lose this already. And then I was expecting to play like a 30, 40, like that amount of time. And I also was a little hurt at the time, not anything big, just my groin injury or was like pulling a little bit. And the trainer came up to me and she's like, yeah, you'll probably only play like a half. We'll see how you're feeling. And I didn't come off the field. And I was like, okay, that's a good start. And we didn't lose the game. We ended up tying. So it wasn't a bad scenario, but once I stepped on the field, I was truly in awe. Even walking out before the game to walk the field, I was just like my breath was taken by the field, the stadium, being in somewhere where like it's a professional stadium that this is my dream. It's really happening. I was in shock and I kind of just took that and ran with that the whole 90 minutes. But it was truly amazing.
And so having that super strong emotion, I guess working up to all this since childhood, what is your favorite part about being able to play professional soccer?
I just truly love the game. This game is so beautiful when it's being played right and having people around you who want the same thing as you and everyone loves the game just as much as you and everyone's here to get better and like yes we are at a professional level but the reason we're at a professional level is because this is not the end. Like everyone is still improving, everyone still wants to get better, everybody wants to win. Like we all want the same thing. And I really like that about being here is I came to like the first practice, and I'm used to like fast play in college and stuff, but everything we do is one touch, two touch in like big areas. And I'm like, this pace is so fast. And like I said, when I played with boys earlier, it was kind of reminds me of that, but at an even better level, but with all women. And so it is amazing, and it's everything that I dreamed of. And I'm just getting
So
started. So
so you're a little bit northwest of Mexico City in Jalisco, right?
yes,
Um,
yes.
Tell me a little bit about how the city and the region has treated you so far. Are you enjoying the area?
Actually, this place is, I think, the perfect place to start my professional career, especially alone, because my grandma was probably the scaredest, I think, for me going to Mexico alone, and not knowing the language fully. And so, but coming here, everyone has been so nice, and few people know some Spanglish, and so I get around. Pretty well. I have a roommate here, and she is bilingual, and so she helps me out a lot. But the area is beautiful. The mountains are beautiful. We're a little bit outside of the city of Guadalajara, and so uh, there's not that much traffic. We're 3 minutes from our field. We bus there in the morning. It's really nice. Everyone I've met has been insanely nice, regardless of if they speak English or not. Smiling, and it's really nice. And even the person who we got these apartments from, he was already treats us like family, recommended these like taco tamale trucks down the road, all these things, like. And so it's really treating me well. I feel safe here, and it is weird being alone and without my sisters, but I'm getting by. And so it's really nice. It's a really nice area.
So you said you wanted to really reconnect with your culture that you hadn't really had much of as a young person. What kind of cultural experiences are you going through right now, and what have they kind of taught you about Mexican culture?
So every day is really an experience, because it's just I'm not used to any of this, the lifestyle, like even like a small thing like getting on a bus to go to work every day. Like that's just not something that people did whenever, like where we grew up in Niceville, or like um all these like dogs walking around. Like it's like the little things that like I'm just like, wow, this is so different. And then like the little things, like there's no, you can't just like drive your car to Target, drive your car to get like some things like that. Like that's new for me. And like that's just like how I lived in college. I was just like get some friends in my car and we'll go to Target, go get some coffee. Like you don't just do that here. You have to like, my friend and I are over here like looking at the bus schedules on like where to go and like how to get there. But it's it's really eye opening to like see everyone working, everyone like it's almost like everyone's a family here, because everyone is just like so nice and like really cares about what everyone else is doing. Like a taxi will pick us up when they're seeing us waiting on the bus and like it's taking too long, like, and they'll just offer us for the same price. And like it's just everyone, it's, it's just the little things that have been hitting me really. And then obviously the language barrier has been a big thing for me. I think I'm learning slowly, because I didn't grow up knowing Spanish, but I can understand what's happening on the field, and so that's a big part of my job. So at least I get that part. And so on the field, it's not bad. It's whenever I'm pretty okay at making small conversations. I'm getting the hang of everyday words and stuff like that. And so that was really my goal, to just like have to throw myself into it. And there was no like option to learn or not. I have to learn it here. And so that was really my goal of coming here. And I've only been here a month, but I'm slowly getting there. But yeah,
And
that's
uh, the Mexican League, right? You guys have many of the similar teams in the first division as the men, right? So
yes.
what teams are you specifically most excited to play, and why?
I was really excited to play against America, because during COVID, we went to go play with them for a month. So, and during COVID, we went to actually both my sisters and I went to a national training camp here for 2 weeks, and it was kind of like excluded because it was COVID. And then after that, we asked our Tulsa coaches if it was okay for us to stay since we weren't playing that season until the spring, and there was only 8 games in spring. And they said yes, and because classes were online and everything. And so we stayed here for a whole month and ended up training with Club America. And so I was really excited to play against them. I think I get another chance this season, hopefully in playoffs if that's what comes. But I was most excited to play them just because I know some of the players. And then after that, I am really excited to play Tigres because there's some people on there that like are wonderful players. Like one of them was nominated for the best player in the world, and that's just insane that I have to go against her, or I get to go against her, and really see, I guess, where I am in level because it's going to be really hard to keep up with, but it's more exciting than scary.
They just won districts last night. Any advice for them as they go further into the playoffs?
Listen to your coaches. You have some great coaches, and they got me where I am today. Family or not, they both really know what they're talking about, and so and they really want what's best for you. I know I'm their daughter, but they really want to see their players grow and shine and get where they want, and so and they were both great players back in their day. My dad can still sauce me up. And so I would really listen to your coaches. And if you really, really want something, then shoot for the stars because anything's possible.
Perfect. And last thing I have to ask is if you're going to Guadalajara, what are the top 3 like tourist sites that people should see besides coming to see you play at Atlas?
Definitely the stadium because the stadium is breathtaking. But I actually have not been to that many places. I went to a cathedral, the Guadalajara Cathedral on New Year's, and there was a firework display that was amazing. It lasted like 20 minutes, I swear. But over there is beautiful, that downtown area. There's a lot of little shops, a lot of food. It's like a great area, and the cathedral is beautiful. The stadiums here, there's our stadium, and then there's Chivas Stadium. I haven't been there yet, which is another team I'm excited to play because that's supposed to be the other Guadalajara team. But I heard that this is the home of tequila, and that's the place to go when you come here. There's a train that takes you around somewhere, but I'll have to wait till off season to go try that out. So I'm not really sure, but I have looked it up, and there are a bunch of landscapes and a bunch of areas that everyone says this is a must see. And so I will, once I get the chance to get some off days, go look around and explore.
Perfect. Well, Kayla Fernandez, professional soccer player in the Mexican League. So thank you so much for being here. Best of luck, and catch up with you soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.